Lessons from the fall of FTX, governance and internal control failures in the crypto world. Introduction. FTX once stood as a beacon of innovation and promise in the ever-evolving landscape of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. Founded by the visionary Sam Bankman-Fried, FTX quickly rose to prominence as a crypto derivatives exchange known for its cutting-edge features, low fees, and celebrity endorsements. However, the seemingly unstoppable rise of FTX took a dark turn in late 2022, ultimately culminating in its spectacular collapse. In this article, we will delve into the story of FTX and explore how poor governance and poor internal control practices were pivotal in its downfall. The origins of FTX. Sam Bankman-Fried, a graduate of MIT with a degree in physics, embarked on a lucrative career at Jane Street Capital, a prestigious trading firm specializing in arbitrage and market making. Yet, Bankman-Fried's fascination with cryptocurrencies led him to envision a revolutionary platform that could transform finance. In 2017, he founded Alameda Research, a crypto trading hedge fund, which quickly became a dominant player in the crypto space, managing billions in assets. Not content with his hedge fund success, Bankman-Fried launched FTX in 2019, aiming to create the world's best crypto derivatives exchange. FTX's innovative features and user-friendly approach attracted over 10 million users and a valuation exceeding $20 billion by 2021. The beginning of the end. A closer look. While FTX's outward success continued to captivate the crypto world, beneath the surface, significant problems were brewing. Misuse of customer deposits. One of the critical factors leading to FTX's downfall was the misuse of customer deposits. Sam Bankman-Fried used these deposits to fund his hedge fund, Alameda Research. While highly risky and illegal, this strategy was Bankman-Fried's attempt to generate enough profits to cover his losses and expenses. In essence, he was gambling with other people's money, undermining customers' trust in FTX. Falsified financial statements and audits. Bankman-Fried resorted to falsifying FTX's financial statements and audits to cover up his fraudulent activities. These deceptive practices aimed to create the illusion of financial stability and regulatory compliance, lulling both customers and regulators into a false sense of security. Hacking and exposure. In December 2022, a series of devastating hacks hit FTX, draining over $3 billion from its hot wallets. The hackers not only stole funds but also leaked internal documents that exposed Bankman-Fried's fraudulent scheme. This revelation sent shockwaves across the crypto community and triggered a massive run on FTX. Customers suddenly found their accounts frozen or emptied, and investors discovered their shares worthless. Regulatory scrutiny. The hacking incident attracted the attention of regulators who had already been concerned about FTX's compliance with anti-money laundering (AML) and Know Your Customer (KYC) rules. It became evident that FTX had been operating in a legal gray area, and its activities were under jurisdictional scrutiny. In a desperate bid to evade the consequences of his actions, Bankman-Fried fled to the Bahamas, where he acquired a luxury mansion and a private jet. He attempted to use his resources to bribe or blackmail some of the politicians he had donated to, hoping for protection or leniency. However, his efforts proved futile, as he was ultimately arrested by Bahamian authorities and extradited to the United States, where he now faces multiple criminal charges and civil lawsuits. The lessons learned. A closer look at governance and control issues. The SBL syllabus strongly focuses on building strong governance, controls, risk management, and ethical behavior. If these had been in place, there is a chance that the failure may have been prevented. Board of Directors. The SBL syllabus highlights best practices for a board of directors. These include a diverse range of skills, independent oversight from non-executive directors, and transparency. FTX's governance structure was deeply flawed as it lacked independence and diversity. The board consisted primarily of company insiders, including Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder and CEO. The absence of independent or non-executive directors with diverse skills and perspectives hindered proper oversight and decision-making. A diversified board might have challenged Bankman-Fried's decision to use customer deposits for his hedge fund, thus fostering greater accountability and an emphasis on ethical behavior. Lack of transparency. A critical principle in effective governance is transparency, i.e., full disclosure of all relevant information to shareholders and stakeholders. According to Fortune magazine, the board never held any board meetings or communication. Bankman-Fried directed employees to communicate via encrypted messaging application, Signal, setting messages to auto-delete after brief periods. The lack of transparency meant that shareholders and investors had no clear picture of what was happening inside the company. If complete and accurate disclosure had been provided, shareholders could have acted earlier to remove Bankman-Fried. Audit Committee and Internal Audit. FTX's operations suffered without the presence of an audit committee and internal audit function. An audit committee would have overseen the quality and integrity of financial statements, while an internal audit function could have detected irregularities. An audit committee could also have questioned the rapid growth of Alameda Research and its funding source, prompting a closer look into potential conflicts of interest. Lack of financial controls and oversight. FTX's decentralized approach to cash management and inadequate attention to banking partners' creditworthiness exposed the organization to financial mismanagement and risks. FTX did not maintain centralized control of its cash. Cash management procedural failures included the absence of an accurate list of bank accounts and account signatories. Using an unsecured group email account to access confidential private keys and critically sensitive data for the FTX group companies worldwide. The SBL syllabus strongly emphasizes financial controls essential to producing and verifying the accuracy of financial information. The lack of control in FTX exposed the company to significant risks, which could have been prevented if strong financial controls such as effective budgeting and reporting were in place. Internal control, no checks and balances. There were no effective operational controls in FTX regarding having a system of checks and balances. Staff who had previous experience with similar companies were taken aback by the lack of regular checks and balances between functions such as development, security, and product, teams that would typically monitor each other's work. There was no corporate services team, no real general counsel team, no real back office, middle office, and no clear CFO. All these were missing. Proper controls and oversight might have identified discrepancies in bank accounts and raised alarms about potential liquidity issues at an earlier stage. The SBL syllabus highlights the need for a strong control environment to be in place to maintain effective control. The control environment in FTX was extremely poor, and control was not seen as a priority. Risk management. In SBL, we focus on the need for effective cybersecurity and robust risk management systems which identify, assess, and manage risk. FTX's failure to establish a comprehensive risk management framework left it unprepared for the market volatility and cyber attacks that ultimately led to its downfall. A robust risk management framework could have anticipated and mitigated the risks associated with cryptocurrency market fluctuations and cyber threats. The SBL syllabus highlights cybersecurity controls, such as the Black Hat hacker, to test for weaknesses in IT systems. If these cybersecurity controls had been in place, the vulnerabilities that led to the hacking could have been fixed. Ethical considerations. Building a robust ethical culture is highlighted in the SBL exam. Within FTX, this was completely absent. Corporate funds of the FTX group were used to purchase homes and other personal items for employees and advisors. There does not appear to be documentation for many of these transactions, as loans and certain real estate were recorded in the personal name of these employees and advisors in the records of the Bahamas. The absence of a clear code of conduct and ethics allowed unethical practices to flourish within FTX. A well-defined code of conduct combined with a whistleblowing system, which allows employees to raise concerns to an independent entity, might have discouraged Bankman-Fried from using customer funds for personal gain, instilling a culture of integrity and accountability within FTX. Conclusion. FTX's demise is a stark reminder of the importance of robust governance and internal control practices in the crypto industry. By adopting measures such as diversified boards, audit committees, risk management frameworks, and ethical guidelines, crypto organizations can safeguard their stakeholders' interests, maintain financial integrity, and build trust within the industry. This shows how what you are learning in the SBL exam is relevant in the real world. If you need more help, visit www.martywendell.com for details of my tuition and the SBL Revision Bootcamp.